Draven, keep making videos about Autumn. That shows you what a lowlife you really are. That's kind of stupid. All you had to do last night, you and Maria both, was explain to her what copyright meant. And like I said, I didn't really know what it meant because I don't draw, I don't sing, I don't do any of that crap. I don't write music, I don't do any of that kind of shit to where somebody could copyright me. So I didn't really know what it meant and that kind of thing, So you could have explained it to Autumn and she would have understood. She didn't realize that it was an accidental thing. It wasn't on purpose or anything like that. But you both started to jump her ass over it. And you know what? Fuck you. So you made that exposed video last night. Well, I'm going to call them all out. Or at least the ones that I can remember. Green Sonic, you could have told me the truth. I wouldn't have jumped your ass for anything. But you could have told me, but you chose not to. So anyway, you could have blocked and left the server. And still told me the truth. And I'd still jumped the girls' ass for it. But you didn't. You told, whatever. I don't even remember what the lie was that you told me. But you told me a lie. You admitted it on the video last night. So I'm calling you out on that. Because, I wouldn't have jumped your ass. If you would have told me the truth, I wouldn't have had no problem with it. What I had a problem with is you blocking her and not saying anything to her why. That's what upsets me, is because everybody does that. They just block her and just walk away. I don't care if y'all fucking block me, because I don't give a shit, because I'm not your friend anyway. Because I can be your worst nightmare. The thing of it is, I wouldn't have cared if you blocked her. I had no problem with it. And she don't need friends like you anyway. Because you couldn't be honest. That's just showing her that you can get by with it, and she can't. But that's okay. You done your damage, so it's over. Sonica, you're another one. You messaged me about a month ago. Oh, they're making fun of me because I'm short. That's genetics. That's something you cannot help, sweetheart. That's all there is to it. It's genetic. Draven's tall. That's in his family. So, it's genetic. But Draven, body shaming her because she's short is bullshit. You shouldn't have done that because that hurt her feelings. But it's okay for you to keep dogging Autumn, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Beanpole. You look more like a fucking telephone pole. Yeah, I'm being mean right now. I have a right to be. But what you don't get, all of you guys, keep picking on Autumn like that. That's cruel. That's cruelty. And, you know something, that's abuse. Because you keep picking on her like you are. That's harassment, bullying, and that's actually abuse. Mental and emotional abuse. And that plays in court. That does, especially now especially because she has a counselor that she does work with. Yep, and people stand behind me and ask me how her behavior, the judge would ask how her behaviors have changed, and all he has to do is say one word. You guys would still be in trouble. I hate to tell you, you would be. Because she's got a professional working with her. She also has an investigator on her side, too. And that's something you don't understand. But she doesn't want to get involved in all this because it's just too much for her. But that's fine. I don't care. I can find another one. But what you don't understand is that mental and emotional abuse hurts worse than just being bullied. It does. It breaks people down. It breaks their spirit. And the thing of it is, Autumn's usually upbeat and happy all the time. And you guys are just trying to drag her down to nothing. So it's time for me to drag you down a little bit. See how y'all feel about it. And then, you can comment on the video. You can do whatever. I don't care. However, don't be sitting there calling me a liar because, I'm telling the truth. That's just all there is to it. Okay, well, Damien, you had no business popping in on Draven's live stream, especially after you keep calling him a pedo, and you got enough evidence to hang him for being one. Okay? And you also need to keep your mouth shut about Autumn, because she's not talked about you, nor does she want to, because you're not worth talking about. But I'll talk about you. You're a fat, sassy bastard, and all you do is want to sit in that fucking wheelchair of yours and sit there and say you want to expose everybody. Well, I'm telling you, exposing is not going to get you nowhere. It don't get you nowhere. All it does is make you all look stupid. And I'll tell you why it does. Because there's never been no arrests. None. Zero. No arrests. You're going to have Draven arrested. You're going to have Draco arrested. Then have Sexio arrested. You're going to have everybody arrested. Nothing's ever happened. So everybody looks at you like you're a fool. Ta-da. Okay, enough with you, punk. Draven, back to you again. Thing of it is here, you're sitting here making all these videos about Autumn. She's not made one. She made one, I think, about you. This is like the time before you broke up. And threw a fit with you. And I don't blame her, because you're a user. See, what I think, and this is what I have in my heart. This is what I feel. This is gut feeling. Okay? I'm going by my gut, and that's usually correct. 99.9% of the time. I think what it is that you like dating these other girls online because they'll send you nudes or they'll send you partial nudes or whatever. That's still pornography. All right? That's still porn. Whether you like it or not, it's pornography. And what it is with Autumn, she won't send you something like that because I told her if I ever caught her, I'd beat her ass to a pulp. And I mean that because I would. Because I don't want her showing her body to nobody out there in this day and age because of fools like you. You get mad and the pictures get exposed. So nope. That's why I told her, never ever. The last guy that threatened her over something like that, though, I told her to tell me, and she did. I went to that guy's house. He had a gun waiting on me. But you know what? I didn't care. Shoot me, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. I went after him, and his dad threatened to kill me. I don't care. Because my daughter is not going to give some dumb bastard nudes of her. Nope, not happening. But see, that's what I think you do. I think you play these girls to get them to send you dirty pictures. And the only one that hasn't was been Autumn. Because like I said, I won't allow it. So I think that's part of your problem when you were seeing her or whenever you were, quote, dating online with her. I think that's part of your problem, is she wouldn't do it. The other thing I have a problem with is that another thing, you guys keep calling each other pedos. You and Damien both. It's constant, all the time. Oh, I'm going to have you exposed for this. I'm going to have you exposed for that. Well, you know what? Get each other arrested then. Quit, leave the rest of the world alone. You get him arrested, he gets you arrested. Shut the fuck up if you can't do that. Because nobody wants to hear it anymore. Everybody's sick of hearing that fucking word. And it's not because we don't want them busted. It's because it gets thrown around too loosely. You can't even talk to somebody in this day and age without being called one. That's stupid. Okay, another thing I got with Maria is that she was bitching about the so-called copyright last night. Fine, whatever. Like I said, if you and her would have explained to Autumn what that was all about, it wouldn't have happened again. I guarantee it wouldn't have. But you couldn't. You had to be a bastard. That's fine. But I'm calling her out too, because at least Autumn drew pictures. And it's not like you that drew nasty ones with your characters naked with her legs spread wide open with everything showing and her being a female to boot and her big old titties. Well, excuse me, lady, you don't do that. That's still considered porn. Whether you like it or not, it's still considered that. Okay, so if you get caught with that, you get in trouble anyway. So have at it. Go ahead and keep making more. I think it's funny because eventually you're going to get busted too. But what you all don't understand either is that, especially you, Draven, you think I'm dumb. I think it's funny. You guys keep doing this shit, and it's like, it could have been over in a matter of minutes if you guys would have just sat there and talked. But you didn't want to do that. You broke up with Autumn on purpose, Draven, because who's the next chick that's going to send you dirty pictures, huh? Oh, and then you both lied to me. Draven, you lied to me that you said that she was 19, that Maria was 19, and then Maria told me last year, it was the beginning of last year, that she was 14. That's when all the Charles Creedy shit was going on. And that's what she was telling me, because that's when she was having problems with Draco. She told me she was 14. Okay, which is it? It's been a year. All right? How can she gain 5 years in a year? Impossible. It cannot happen. You can't age like that overnight. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. So you both lied to me. So I don't know how old she is, and I really don't give a rat's ass. Because I could care less. But what I have to say about that, if she is under 14 and still has pictures like that on her phone, on her computer, or whatever, of naked characters and stuff, that is still considered porn. And she can get in trouble for it. And especially if she sends it out to other people. Same with you, with your little naked girlfriends or half naked girlfriends. You send those pictures out to anybody or anybody sees them or anything like that besides you. Yes, she can get, your little girl toy can get in trouble, and so can you. Same way with you, Damien. If you have any naked pictures of anime characters or anything like that on your server or anywhere like your Twitter or whatnot, you can still get in trouble for that. Trust me. Look it up. You can get in trouble for it. And don't say you can't, because that's still considered porn. The other thing is you guys don't get. Being mean and nasty to other people is just not working for you guys, because you think it is, but it's not. Because there is one person above all people that watches you, and that's Jesus Christ himself. He watches everything that's been going on. Yes, he's probably upset with me for cussing like a sailor, but you know something? I'll ask for forgiveness later, and I know he will forgive me. However, you guys sitting there doing all this stuff to Autumn over something that she really didn't quite understand. You know, he looks down at you guys with pity because you're missing the point. You had a teaching tool in front of you and you chose not to teach. And yes, he will look down on you for that because you had an opportunity and you blew it. Okay? That's why you guys are either sick or you're not feeling good or whatever. It's because you had that little demon sitting on your shoulder. Who is the person we pick on today? And that's what it says to you. Who's the person we pick on today? Well, you know something? Every time you pick on somebody and you bring them lower than the snail shit, do you realize that you're cursing yourself? See, your tongue is the most powerful thing in your body, not just your heart, your tongue. Because it can either curse or it can bless. You know, you curse people whenever you bring them down to a low level. You should never do that, because that's where suicide comes in, depression, and all that stuff comes in at. So if anything, I would say happened to Autumn, right now it would be your fault, Draven, because there have already 3 videos about her, which is bullshit, and it shouldn't have never happened. Like I said, a simple discussion would have kept it from happening. But no, you didn't want to do that. And don't ever tell me that you're a man like you did the last time, because you're not a man. Men don't treat women that way. Men treat their women with honor, integrity, respect, trustworthiness, and all that kind of stuff. And you treat Autumn like shit. You treat her like a doormat. You tell her what to do, what time to do it, and everything else in between. That's not right. You can't be telling her, because that's narcissism. Whether you know it or not, that's being narcissistic. Another thing I have is that, you know, you think that I'm not going to catch on to the little things. I do. I catch on to a lot. And what you guys don't understand is that each and every single one of you that keep throwing the word out there, pedo, what cracks me the fuck up is that, why hasn't anybody been arrested? Why? Draven, as much as you went after Damien, how come he's not been arrested? And Damien, how come Draven has never been arrested because you went after him? How come Draco's never been in jail because you went after him? Both of you have. So you see, throwing that word out there is not going to do you damn bit good. I told you, you're going to have solid ground proof, pictures, all that kind of stuff. Which on you guys' end, there are pictures. And I'm not going to use them against you yet. I'm just going to let everything build. And Draven, another porn thing I'm going to get across to your head. You should have never sent that picture of Caleb to Autumn. Never. That was your mistake. And you and I talked about that, and it's on one of our DMs anyway. So there's the proof right there. So anyway, you guys really fuck up. You guys think you're smart, and you're not. You know, you could tweak, do this and do that all you want to, but you know what? Not happening. It's not going to work. Because they know when it's been tweaked. You know, the cops know. FBI agents know. And as much as you want to keep putting everybody away, it's going to be you guys fucking up yourselves, and you guys are going to be put away. And you both deserve it. And you both deserve to be put in shackles, chains, handcuffs, chained to a floor. I have a little stool to piss in, and put in a padded cell with a gag. Because all this shit you guys are throwing out there, and spewing all this crap. No one's ever been arrested. And you start in on my daughter about this and that and all the other. Well, you know what? You've all been red flagged. And not only that, Draven, you made an apology video. And everything can, and as it says in the Miranda rights, that everything can be used against you. And it can be anything, any kind of document, any kind of videotape, any type of voice chat, any type of video chat, anything, you know, screenshots, all that shit. Everything can be used against you in a court of law. Whether you realize that or not, you made an admittance about the 11-year-old. Okay, you made that admittance because you made the apology video. But what you don't get, they can use that against you. So you see, and like I say, you say you're trying to get friends with an FBI agent. Well, that's what I say. Whenever you do that, and he starts looking into that, he's going to look at you like you're a fucking weirdo. Want to know why? Because you did that. Don't delete it, because I'm telling you, he'll find it. Because whenever he has to ask other people, the ones that pissed off at you, ask them anything, they have to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And everybody knows that video's out there. And so we all would have to tell the truth. But by your own admittance, you know, what's that say about you? See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I try to keep the fucking peace. That's why I get so goddamn mad. And God knows I usually don't say that word because I am pissed right now. And what y'all don't understand, that's why I try so hard to keep the fucking peace, is because they keep shit from happening where people don't get arrested and all that kind of stuff, and try to make amends for things that you've done. Because otherwise, somebody's going to wind up in jail, and it's going to be one of you guys, because this is ongoing, it's constant. It's been this way for quite a long time, and it's time to be over with it. You know, if Arm accidentally did that, she didn't mean to. She told you that last night. And you need to stop trying to say, oh, she copyright, she does this, she does that. Get a life, Draven. Go to fucking military. You know, you still can sign up. Whether you're autistic or not, you're smart. You got enough brains in you. You can sign up for the military. Sign up. Because eventually, if you don't knock it off, they're going to end up drafting you anyway. And Damien, you better quit while you're ahead. Because if you would ever get put in jail, I'm being strictly honest with you, they're not going to treat you like you get treated at home. You get treated good at home. There you won't. And same way it goes with Draven. You guys, and especially Draven, you bitch about your grandma all the time. You ought to be happy you have a home. There are so many homeless people in this world that would love to be in your place. You guys just don't fucking get me whatsoever. That's why it makes me so mad. Is because I try so hard to keep the peace and try to get you to understand there are two sides to every story. Two sides. You know, people bitch constantly about this, and this. You know, you better thank your lucky stars that you have a home, you have heat, you have running water, you can use the bathroom, take a shower. You can do all that stuff. But most of the time, you guys want to sit there and bitch and moan and groan about other people. Just think, you could be in a worse position than they are. 6 feet under. You could be. You know, stop and think about it. You could already be gone off the face of this earth. And that's what you don't understand. You do have it better than other people. You know, I lost my dad 4 years ago. You know, I wish I could trade places. I really do. I still do. But something you don't understand and you don't get is that once you're gone, you're gone. There is nothing more to do to bring you back. So enjoy what you have. Because one day God can take all that away from you. Because you're complaining. You guys complain too much about other people. And how people do this and do that. Well, I'm telling you one thing right now. Quit complaining. One day, quit complaining. And I'm going to tell that to Draco too. Quit complaining about other people. Because eventually, if you quit complaining about every little thing, things will start working out for the good instead of the bad. But all you guys see is bad. That's all you guys see is bad, bad, bad. And the thing of it is, you're missing out on a lot of good opportunities to do something for people. And you just don't get it. You just don't care. See ya.